Peace, love, greetings, light, and blessings to all. I've been off the scene for a while, but I'm back on the set. And I'm shooting this video in complete darkness because that's really how I want it to be shot, and that's how I feel right now. You don't need to look at my face. You don't need to look at anybody else's face or see anything or whatever pertaining to what I'm about to speak about in this video. But without, the preliminaries and wasting too much time, I'll get right into it. A lot of you all are infatuated and interested in the music and entertainment industry and um, like I guess relative industries as well, whether it be film, whether it be radio, whether it be music, whether it be makeup, modeling, fashion, whatever. But let me tell you something about that industry. It's very shady. It's very fake, amongst other things, amongst everything else. It's very fake. And it's just superficial, and it's about what have you done for me lately. That's what it's all about. So to be in that industry, any type of faction within the entertainment industry, and to meet someone who is genuine, who has a good, kind heart, who puts others' best interests and others, well-being and safety and I guess prosperity before theirs, is truly indeed a blessing, and it's rare. It's almost an impossibility in the entertainment industry, but it does exist in a few people. And my friend Mar Brown was one of those people. He was in the industry, but he was not of the industry. I met Mar probably in 2003, if I'm not mistaken. And the way I met him was through a mutual. It's a funny story. I will tell this real quick. But I met him through another friend of mine who was in the music industry, and he had just began working for Steve Rifkin. A lot of you all know who Steve Rifkin is, but this was back when two-way pagers was booming, and he wanted to get me really soaked in the industry. So, and he cared about me in my in my industry dealings, I guess, for a while till he got too big. Then once he got too big, he kind of like just ventured off into other directions and forgot about me. But that's fine. But he sent me his two-way pager. He told me, I want you to totally clean it out and get every contact you ever wanted out of there, and put it in your phone, put it in your two-way, and I want you to start connecting with these people because we about to do it, make it happen. And he sent me his two-way via FedEx, and that's exactly what I did. I cleared it out. I got every contact I could. I mean, there was contacts from people as high up as Russell Simmons, as Lyor, of course. Steve Rifkin was in there. I mean, there was a lot of. It was over. If I had to guess, I think it was over 500-600 contacts in that two-way pager. It was an old Motorola Timeport two-way, and he FedExed it to me, and I got pretty much every contact out of there. And one of those contacts was Mar Brown. I remember the contact exactly what it said. It said Mar. It said Mar Brown, a Mar Virgin, a Mar Brown Virgin, and I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know. It figured he worked at Virgin Records. I didn't know what that could have meant. But anyway, I started hitting up people from from those contacts just randomly, like, hey, telling them who I was and this and that and my company name that I was starting up, and not 8 out of 9 of them could give a shit less. One of the few people that actually hit me back, actually Russell hit me back. I was surprised at that, but one of the few people that hit me back was Mar, and that's how I met him. Now, like I say, the person that sent me the two-way originally, he kind of went his own way and kind of like forgot about me. And he said he always was saying that once I get in a certain position, I'm gonna do this and that, and we gonna make it together. But we didn't. I mean, I lost interest in the music industry because it's so fake, and it's just so. It's a lot of other powers, powers that be a lot of powers that be rather, that call the shots and pull the strings and make things happen behind the scene that I wasn't interested in. It no longer interests me. Shout out to Holly Hood, that sister. She knows what I'm talking about. But it no longer interests me. So he went his way, I went my way. Kind of like the Dame Dash Jay-Z split. I mean, I was kind of forgotten about. And I don't care because I didn't want to be in it anyway. I would have gotten out regardless. So I kept in contact with Mar over the years, and as I spoke with him more, I noticed that he wasn't like the industry types. Like if I called him, this is I met him when he was at Virgin, like I said, and he was doing mix show at Virgin. He wasn't low on the totem pole, but he wasn't where he was when he passed away. He was just doing mix show. And those within the industry and those DJs or they're like, well, you all know what mix show means. He's working mix show. He pretty much, was passing off records to, DJs and trying to get records played on mix shows across the country and things of that sort. Had priority records and all of that, that needed spins, and he was really working radio. And I noticed that every time I called him, if he didn't answer the phone, he would call me back. He would text me back. And anytime I needed anything, like information, somebody's contact, if he had it, guess what? I had it. And that's no BS. I mean, every time I call Mar or text him, or not text him, I'm sorry, this was before texting. Every time I would two-way him, he would hit me back. Half of the people I two-way, like I say, 8 out of 9 of them wouldn't respond. But if Mar had it, I had it. And that speaks volumes in the entertainment industry. As years went on, I mean, I noticed, like I say, if I needed anything, I would hit him up and he would hit me back with it. I mean, he sent me information, contact information for some of everybody. I remember when I moved to Atlanta, I needed an Atlanta rep for Virgin Records, and he sent me the Atlanta rep. I forget her name. She was an older black woman, but she was sweet, and I got her information through Mar. I remember Mar sent me a package when the Gang Starr, the Owners album came out. He sent me a promo package with all of that, with a lot of Gang Starr Owners promo information and promo stuff in it. And he sent me some of the Owners CDs, the full-length CDs. And I remember I had them in my trunk, and I got pulled over by Chicago police when I was flying down, not Lakeshore Drive, but the street next to Lakeshore Drive, right next to the freeway. And the officer pulled me over, and I gave him a Gang Starr Owners CD. I got this CD from Mar. So I guess you could say Mar pretty much got me out of a ticket. I mean, just over the years, he was always there for me no matter what I called him for. He was there. But the biggest thing that I can remember about him the thing that really touched me was he helped me land my first account, my first major contract, client, which was Rap A Lot Records. He made the call and it was done. I mean, he didn't really know me that well. He saw some type of grind, some type of light, some type of star within me. And he believed in that enough to make that call and make it happen. And I had that contract and I got that contract. He didn't say, you owe me this, I want a kickback, I want a percentage of the contract, what it's worth. He didn't say anything like that. He just said, hey, homie, long as I can help, I'ma help. And that's what he did. So how many people can you say in your life actually helped you and put food on your table, in your refrigerator, helped you pay your rent? That's what he did, and didn't want anything back. A few years later, I met a girl in Vegas who was actually from Hawthorne, California, out here, and I was just blown away by her voice. And he's the first person I called. The thing was, though, she wasn't serious, and she was playing a lot of games. She was young and she was silly. But Mar told me, he said, Jay, if she is serious and you can get her, on the phone or whatever, he was like, I will walk her or get her out here. I will walk her upstairs personally into Jimmy Iovine's office, because his office is right upstairs from mine. This is when he was at Interscope, because he left Virgin to go to Interscope. He said, but she got to be serious. She got to be on the same page. She can't be playing games. I could never get the girl's mind right, so I pretty much cursed her out and, sent her about her way because I wasted his time. And I apologize profusely for that, because I don't ever want to waste anyone's time when that's what happened. But he wasn't even sore about it. We kept talking over the years. And he was always there. I mean, people nowadays are just so fake and so phony, but he was like so far apart from that. You don't meet too many genuine people these days. And I got in my truck yesterday on December 20th, and I heard Felly Fail, 21st, I'm sorry. And I heard Felly Fail. I caught the end of what Felly Fail was saying. I heard him say Mar. He was the senior VP at Atlantic. And think about that next time you're fighting over a parking space trying to buy Christmas gifts. And I said, why is he talking about my homie in past tense? Why is he talking about my friend in past tense? And I'm driving down Slauson, and I didn't know what was going on. I knew why he was saying it, but I just didn't want to believe it. I even picked up the phone and I called Mar's number. It went straight to voicemail, and I knew what it was. I was just wondering how it happened, but I found out how it happened, and I don't know. I really don't know. I have no words. I have no words. I mean, this is happening younger and younger, and it makes me wonder what they did to us as babies, because he's not that much older than me, and this is becoming more and more, rampant with He wasn't even 50. Guys around his age group that I just fallen. I mean, it hurt me. I could go on and on and on with all the, other memories and things like that, but I'm really at a loss for words, but I had to do this video to pay my respects to my brother Mar Brown. I mean, he was a good guy. He's a great guy. He was always about, his kids and family, and he lived in New York, but he told me, yo, Jay, I'm in LA about 1 month or 1 week out of the month, and when I do, it's family time. I'll try to meet with you, but he said, I got to do family. I said, yeah, I understand, Mar. Good brother, man. Really gonna be missed, and it hit me really deep. It was one of the things that woke me up in the middle of the night, and I couldn't sleep. I mean, amongst other things, but it just, I don't want to go on and on and on, but I'm gonna end it like this. One of the first things that came in my mind after I heard the news was, what is this all about? What is this all for? I mean, the things that we doing in life, getting up, going to a job, whether we love it or hate it, it's trying to save money, traveling, partying, whatever we doing. What is it all for, man? One day we under the ground, ashes to ashes. It really hit me. Because like I say, maybe if he was 72 or 82, I would understand more. It would be a little bit, maybe a tad bit more justified. But Mar wasn't old, man. I don't know if he had any health issues before, leading up to this, but he wasn't old. I don't think he was sickly. It's just, I'm really at a loss. But I'm just blessed to have known him. And I want to send my condolences to his family, to his wife, and to his 2 children. Beautiful children, beautiful wife. And he was definitely an angel. He was definitely an angel. Rest in peace, Mar. I love you, big homie.